So hey, Frank Paris here. I am going to start doing these again. I haven't done these in a while. These tutorials, magic tutorials, and so the first one that I want to do because of the fact that it's just an interesting item to work with. I remember purses like this. This is called the Quiver Purse. But I think Kevin Chow, is that his name? I know the last name is Chow. Kevin Chow. These are quiver purses. It's a switch purse, meaning you switch an object that you have for another object. Or you show an empty purse and all of a sudden you wave your hand over it and there's something in it. So you can do, or you can switch billets or different things. Um, I want to take a different approach to that. I want to take the approach where you fail at the task of doing the magic trick. So you take. I'm going to just put one of these down. I'm going to just pick up there. If you notice, I have one, two, three, four quiver purses. All right, and then of course a fifth one here, which is empty. Now, when I'm doing close up, these would be stacked inside my close up case in such a way that I could grab them from the right or the left side and they would be uh, different. They would be different purses, different switch purses for different tricks that I was going to do. So, thus, four purses for four different tricks. And if I was doing table hopping, I might have them in a small case and stacked so that I would be able to select the one I want to do whatever I want to do with it. Um, and my approach to the quiver purses in this particular case, and I think they're a very I've been on the Quiver Facebook Quiver Purse group, and I haven't seen that approach that I'm using. I'm not saying it hasn't been done, but my approach to the trick using a quiver purse was to fail at the trick initially. So basically, what I do is I just open up the purse. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm just getting to the point where, and I'll pull out a coin. So just a Liberty silver dollar. I'll pull it. I'll show it empty, and I'll take the purse, and I'm going to put the coin in the purse. You saw me put the coin in the purse, and I'm just going to wave my hand over the purse, okay, and make it vanish. I'm going to make that coin vanish from the purse, okay, so that when I open up the purse, okay, and it hasn't vanished. When I open up the purse and I say, oh, geez, I'm losing my touch. I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm a little older and I'm getting a little rusty. But let me try another trick. So what I've done is I've given I've given the failure of making the coin vanish, okay, an opportunity to produce a gimmick coin now. All right, because it is a switch purse. That's what the quiver purse is. So now I have the gimmicked coin, and I can do some stuff because I've given that coin to the spectator before I made it go into the purse and tried to make it vanish. So the premise is, well, you can't do it. Let me try doing another trick, is what I say. So I show them the coin, and I'm going to say I have one coin in this hand, and that's all I. Oh, wait a minute, there's a second coin. Where did that come from? Well, all right, I'm going to start the trick with two coins. So we have two coins here, and then, oh, wait a minute. How many's here? There's one here, one there, and wasn't there two here before? I think we have two coins then. All we have is two coins. I thought we had more. Okay, I thought I had one in this hand over here, but apparently I only have one coin. Well, that doesn't make any sense. And then you can do whatever you want with this. You can make it vanish. You can go back into the quiver purse and try to make it vanish again. and then you can also open it up and produce the real ungimmick coin again and say, well, I give up or something, make some kind of routine up. So my approach is to use the failure of making the coin vanish in the switch purse. Again, this is a switch purse, the quiver purse, so that I could get the gimmicked coin out of it. So there's the gimmick coin now. Happens to be a Schoolcraft 3CM uh, coin. He's kind of actually, I haven't seen, I've been to his website and I think he's slowing down or he's diminishing what he's doing now or he's not selling as many of those coins or maybe he's doing more custom work. I'm not sure. His workmanship is fantastic. He does really nice job on gimmick coins and this is one of his uh, uh, coin tricks that I really appreciate. And I wanted to get it in Liberty as opposed to Morgan's because I have some Morgans that I have a set of Morgans that's the same trick as this, but it was made by Todd Lassen, and I kind of like them both. Mr. Lassen is now no longer with us, sad to say, and he was really, really a good coin manufacturer when it came to gimmick coins, and uh, Jamie Schoolcraft is also on the same level as Todd Lassen. If not, you get the arguments back and forth who's better, Todd Lassen or Jamie Schoolcraft. I put them at the same level. Okay, I put them as far as quality is concerned. So that's just a little idea, and my approach with this is okay. I need a switch price to switch an item for one item for the same item. Okay, let me just these are new, so I'm having a little difficulty with it. Now, I mean, you can also do it with poker chips. You know, you can show. I have a. If you know what a half centavo is, a half centavo is a Mexican centavo coin and um, uh, half dollar. And okay, and you in this particular case, I'm using a poker chip that happens to be the same thing as a half centavo. And essentially, what I want to do is switch out the poker chip for the half centavo. Okay, but they're both going to look the same, you know, and uh, and then one's going to change into the other. But I show them a real poker chip first, and then I switch it. Okay, so I'm going to make this poker chip vanish just like I did with the Liberty silver dollar. Okay, and of course I open up the purse and it's not gone. Okay, and I have the other chip in my hand, uh, the gimmicked one. So what I'm doing is, to make it as clear as I possibly can, is I'm taking the original coin out. I'm having the spectator examine it, and I'm putting it, having them drop it back in the purse. So you dropping it back in the purse. I'm opening up to show them that the purse is empty. You know what I'm saying? And they drop the coin back in there, and then I just wave my hand over it. Maybe you want to do a little turning of the purse so that maybe it's easier for you to open up using the gimmick portion of the purse to get out the gimmicked one. You know, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm switching a something that is ungimmicked for something that's gimmicked. And again, I haven't seen too many people doing that. Okay, usually they have something in the purse and they take it out of the purse and it's gimmicked already. They don't let them examine the item or anything else. And so my particular twist or take or spin on is to take something that is non-gimmicked, have the spectator examine it, and then I take and I say I'm going to make it vanish, and it doesn't vanish, and it winds up being pulled out of the purse in such a way that I've used the switch pocket to get the coin out, and now I have the gimmick coin, and nobody suspects anything. So that's that, and you can do that. You can do that with a poker chip or a gimmick poker chip, or you can do that with, like I said, the coin. Uh, I have a key, get that out, that was manufactured by Joe Pauper. It's called Just a Key. If you, he has passed also, and he doesn't. And when he made these keys, they were just brilliantly beautiful. And he would, and my routine was I'd take it. Two people hold two ends of a shoelace, and I would thread this on the shoelace, and actually take the key, okay, and move it around looking for the soft spot on the shoelace, okay, and I would open up the key a certain way and then close the key, and I give it a snap, and the key would come off. But it was always a situation where I didn't know how to switch the regular key for the gimmick key. And then, of course, the switch. There are so many switching devices out there. I mean, there are just I've got a number of switching devices, and some of them I don't use. I do plan on using all of these switching methodologies that I've explained to you. But the switching methodology for the key was something that I felt was very, very convenient using a quiver purse. So you can switch out. You've had them examine the key. You put the key back in, and you say, with one wave of the hand, that key's going to be gone. And now you open it up, and of course they examine the key. All right, and you let the key out, and you show the the pocket. You don't. I mean, you would just pour it out and just close it casually, but letting them see inside of it unconsciously that the key is no longer in there, and then go into the routine you would with the gimmick key, which is what I have in my hand now. So to summarize with that is you want to switch something for something else, and you're going to use the premise that you're going to try to you were going to try to make something vanish. Okay, in this case, the key, after they've examined it, look at the key, make sure it's a normal key, that kind of thing, and then of course you drop it in the purse, and you go give it a wave, and of course the key didn't vanish. Actually, you've switched the key for a gimmick key, and that's very convenient. And there's a couple of keys that I use in my show, and this one is the plain sight monkey, Monkey, and that's a trick that a fellow named Jeff Price came up with a few years ago. And again, you switch the legitimate key for the fake key. You get two keys when you buy this from him. At least I think he's still selling them with the two keys. And so you can do the same thing with that. So basically, having four of these cases, and again, I've seen them online for $19, and there's a few here that I paid $19 for. And then I've seen them online for $35 or $34 or $39, and I bought a couple of those. And the reason I bought both of them is I wanted to see what the difference quality-wise in them. So I don't know if these are all Kevin Chow's or not. I can just see that there's a little bit of a different design change on some of them as opposed to others. So, and this is not the Quiver Purse Plus, which is a little bit bigger, which I would have probably preferred. And I may buy those and switch them out for the smaller ones and just give these away as gifts. Again, these purses, if you look on eBay, you'll see these purses, and they'll be $19.95, $20. I've even actually seen them on Amazon for $19 and $20, and they advertise them as the Quiver Purse by Kevin Chow. Okay, but there's a couple of letters. I don't know if it's a T-A or some kind of a J-A in the front of one or of these purses, which could be the initials of somebody else who's been authorized to manufacture the purses, or maybe it's unauthorized. I don't know. But the purses they all function basically the same. Now, just a few little things about the purses, few little anecdotes about the purses. When you first get the purse, you wanna, you know what I'm saying? You really wanna get that metal spring that keeps it closed. You want to get that working a little bit easier, okay? So you're going to just turn around and just do this a couple of times and then switch it again and do this a few times. And after a while, the purse will get a little bit soft, and you'll have an easier access to the way it works. Another little thing is if you open up the purse like so, okay, and you take out the key, you want to take out the key that is the non-gimmick key. You know, let me get this out. I'm left-handed, so oh, come on out. Come on. I must have got stuck in here. Give me a second here. I get this thing out here. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's stuck. This key is this is the Joe Porper key. I may not be able to use the Quiver Purse for this. Maybe if I put it in this way. Let's see. Okay, so that works. So you want to put the Joe Porper. I hate to say this, the Joe Porper key is not made anymore, but there is a Chinese company that's making just the key. All right, and these initially were $100 when you bought them from Joe Porper, and the keys that are made by these Chinese people are not as good. They don't lock and snap closed as well as this one does. But you may want to buy one of those because you're only showing them the legitimate key first. Then you're putting the legitimate key in the case, all right, like so. And then you're taking it, you're doing your little switcheroo by opening up the Quiver Purse a different way, and you're going to let out the gimmick portion of it. So there's no issue with dealing with the fact that you have a key that, excuse me, you have a key that's gimmicked, and it's not, because it's been examined beforehand. You're not going to let them examine it after the trick, okay? So that's basically. The other thing is, I'm left-handed, all right? And when you're left-handed or even right-handed, if the flap, this little flap that's right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's extended up away from the purse. Okay, when you hold it a certain way, you open up one side or the other. Okay, you kind of just got to straddle the gimmick and maybe use the other two fingers to open it up, like this, one way or the other, to get the gimmicked or the non-gimmicked key or coin or whatever it is that you want to get out. You want to hold it down like this. You don't want to hold it up with just your thumb, okay? Because people who open it up with their thumb, all right, only have one finger to work with, okay? When you've got two fingers to work with, plus your thumb up here, the distractions, the complexity of opening and closing it and switching it from one gimmick side to the other gimmick side is kind of diminished. So I always recommend that you hold it this way, not with the gimmick flap up, with the gimmick flap down. And again, eventually what will happen is you'll find your center. There'll be a switch that'll flip in your head. You'll know how to let out the thing that you want to let out, either the gimmick side or the other side. So that's basically it on the Quiver Purses. Excuse me. So this has been a tutorial on the Quiver Purse, and to review, it's basically about switching a non-gimmicked item to a duplicate item that is gimmicked. Okay, and the approach is you take the non-gimmicked item, you take it out of the purse, you have them examine it, put the purse down, don't call any attention to the purse, and then they look and they say, okay, this is all right, and then you pick up the purse, you place it back into the purse, you take the gimmick coin or key or whatever you want to put in there, and you are going to switch it for something that's gimmicked, okay? And you don't tell them that. You just say, I'm going to make this vanish, and of course it doesn't vanish. You say, oh, I'm a little rusty today. I don't know, maybe I didn't have my Cheerios or my orange juice or something. And, well, let me try another trick. And that's basically the way I'm going to and have been using the quiver purse. And again, you don't need four of them or five of them. I have four or five because when I do a close-up show or a lecture, I want to bring out when I do a close-up show, I want to bring out the the uh, the the product the trick that I'm going to do in such a way that it's they're all separated. Each trick is separated. That doesn't mean you're going to do all four of the tricks for the same audience. It just means that if I want a key trick or a coin trick or some other kind of billet trick or something like that, I'm going to have a purse for each one. And since they're only $19 a piece for people who advertise the quiver purses, you're not spending a lot of money. I mean, you buy four of these things and you work them out. You open them and close them until you get them nice and soft and whatever. You may want to put some leather softening material on the outside, and you've got a switch purse that you can use and take the approach that I'm taking. All right. So that's it, Frank Paris. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have learned a little bit about these quiver purses, which may come in handy in the future.